representing the clean energy future for Virginia, representing the future that Dominion would have for us, representing black t-shirts, coal, dirty energy, and masks to protect yourself from the dust and the dirty air. It's critically important that today the State Corporation Commission realize that Dominion is proposing this future, not that future. Just to give you some examples of how bad we are in Virginia, they have a plan right now that would propose to build 3,600 megawatts of gas-powered energy and a new nuclear reactor in the next 15 years. Absolutely no wind, 33 megawatts of solar, and about 200 megawatts of biofuel, which so very, very little energy is going to be clean energy in our future if Dominion has its way. That's just not acceptable. We have a number of people who are speaking to us today about clean energy and the future we envision. With that, I'd like to turn this over to, by the way, my name is Glenn Besson. I'm from Minnesota. I'd like to turn this over to Dewan Robinson, who is the policy director for the Chesapeake Climate Action Network. Dewan?
Thanks, Glenn. My name is Dewan Robinson with the Chesapeake Climate Action Network, and we're here for one very, very simple reason. We want cleaner air. We want clean jobs, and we want clean energy, and that's why we're here today. And we want clean water, too. We want a cleaner environment for us, for our children, for all the people here in Virginia. And Virginia is the center. They have their hands in the pockets of legislators. They have enormous influence at the SEC, but they do not have the power of the people. And that's why we are here. We're here going to shout our voices. We're here going to exert our opinion because we want them to invest in real wind and real solar here in Virginia. So thank you very much for coming out. Really appreciate it. It's extremely important. They're upstairs presenting their 15-year plan. That plan is going to go a quarter into the new century. And they are stuck with the energy options of the past. And we're here to say no. No. We're here to say no. No. And we're here to say yes for a brighter future and clean energy, and that's why we're here today. So thank you very much.
One of the biggest concerns with regard to a dirty energy future is its impact on public health. One of the biggest concerns with us today is Dr. Prabhat Gupta, an MD from Northern Virginia, to share with you some of his concerns and our concerns with regard to the health impacts of the dirty air that we can only see in the future if Dominion gets its way with this plan. So with that, I'd like to turn this over to Dr. Prabhat Gupta.
Some of us were at the SEC hearing, and there's so much support for the movement, so it was really great to be there and be part of this, and I really appreciate everybody coming out as well. So I'm just going to briefly talk to you and basically tell you what I told them upstairs about some of the medical consequences of coal-fired power plants, and just some brief facts, which will hopefully help them sway their decision to use more renewable energy. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Okay, great. So coal-fired power plants are responsible for producing a third of the sulfur dioxide and a quarter of the nitrous oxide production, which leads to smog. Also, it produces about a third of the mercury in the U.S., and that mercury is incorporated into the streams and lakes, and then also it goes up to fish. Actually, the EPA has an advisory on pregnant women and eating certain types of fish. So this is a real problem, and it's measurable. As far as the smog, people wonder how smog can cause adverse medical consequences. Basically, when you inhale the smog, it creates inflammation in your lungs, which then leads to respiratory illnesses, asthma being one of the big ones, and then also it creates inflammation, which leads to cholesterol deposits in your arteries, and that leads to heart attacks and strokes. So there have been some 230 chemicals in each of the newborns on average. So this tells us that these chemicals are not only affecting us, they're affecting our newborns, and the next generation. So, so these are a couple of the adverse effects. It's important that we consider these problems, and I hope that these facts will create some change, as well as the other types of testimony that were given upstairs. Thank you.
We have a clear choice. We can look forward to taking us in, as DeJuan said, into the quarter-century period with virtually no renewable energy in Virginia, and lots of gas, the coal that we have, and a new nuclear plant. Is that what we want? No! Or we can look forward to a future with big investments in wind and solar and energy efficiency. And with that, I'd like to introduce Jeff Ryan with Solar Services, a small business solar firm in Northern Virginia. Jeff?
Thank you guys for being here. As Glenn said, I'm Jeff Ryan. I represent a company called Solar Services, and we're a company based in Virginia Beach that's been in business since 1986, and we currently employ 21 Virginians.
Yeah.
We want Dominion to know that we want Virginia to be the renewable energy capital of the East Coast. A future powered by clean energy is a solution that can put thousands of Virginians back to work and protect the health of our families. For every megawatt of solar power generated, 32 new Virginia-made jobs can be created. Dominion's 15-year integrated resource plan calls only for 37 megawatts of Virginia-made power by 2027. That's a stark contrast to the 5,075 megawatts of dirty energy that dominates the plan. Currently, Dominion has met its renewable portfolio standards without one renewable energy credit coming from solar or wind. So it will collect $76 million over the next 2 years without supporting Virginia-created solar or wind energy. And these are the types of renewable energy the renewable portfolio standard was supposed to promote. That's money out of ratepayers' pockets that does nothing but increase Dominion's profits. In fact, most of the renewable energy credits that Dominion buys are created with energy facilities placed in service before World War II. Virginia's at a crossroads. Under its proposed plan, Dominion is committing Virginia to a future powered by dirty fuels. On a new path, Dominion can shape a clean energy future that protects the health of our families and our environment. There are over 100,000 solar workers in the United States. That's up from 93,000 last year. And this represents an overall growth rate of 6.8% over the past year, nearly 10 times higher than the national average employment growth rate of 0.07 or 0.7%. Solar job growth over the next 12 months is anticipated to be almost 24% for the U.S. That represents 24,000 jobs. Unfortunately, most of those will be sales professionals and solar installers. Unfortunately, if we stay on the same track, these jobs will be going to other eastern states such as Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. Those are states that don't have as much solar potential as Virginia.
Want them in Virginia!
We're calling on the SCC to reject the current integrated resource plan and ask Dominion to submit a new one within the next 12 months that engages all its stakeholders. Stakeholders that include a growing number of Dominion customers who want 3,000 megawatts of Virginia-made wind and solar energy and energy efficiency by 2020. Thank you.
So we are at a crossroads, and actually, if you look at this problem we have here, you can see, you look to the future, this is the future that Dominion would have us go on. We want that future? And this is the future that we see ahead. We are at a crossroads, and we have to move forward with clean energy. Thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. We'd be happy to answer any questions from the press.
I'm Glenn Vessela. I'm the director of the Sierra Club in Virginia. We're here today to demonstrate to the State Corporation Commission that we're at a crossroads in Virginia. We need to move forward with clean energy. We need to do it now. The plan that Dominion has put forward for the next 15 years is a plan that relies solely on natural gas, on coal, and nuclear. There is no wind power in that plan. There's very little solar and just a little bit of biomass. Not enough efficiency either. We need to move forward with a clean energy policy. We need to do it now, and we need Dominion Virginia Power to lead the way, not to take us backwards.
So Dominion Power will